Hello everybody. Welcome back to Mattao's Corner. You might be wondering why I'm looking at the thing here of Ryu. Well, it's because I wanted to go in here and talk about their alternate costumes. Not all of them, because some of them are just color swaps. But I wanted to talk about the actual... Whoops. Like, you see here, some of these are actual character swaps of just... There's no real significance about the character. But then you get ones like this and this, which are vastly different. And I wanted to talk about those today. So, I'm going to do this so you can see them all. This is probably going to be a long video, so I apologize. So, this is Ryu, standard outfit, right? We're going to get to the DLC stuff, though. So, not DLC, the actual costumes that are different. So, this is Evil Ryu. I mean, it's Evil Ryu. Not much to really say. This is before they gave him the hole in his chest and the sharp, pointy teeth. He just looks different. It looks good, though. But we're going to talk about this. His original Street Fighter 1 outfit. A lot of people never played Street Fighter 1. They don't even know it exists. Which is funny, because Street Fighter 2 exists, so there has to be a Street Fighter 1. But if you look at the character... That's... Oh, I can't do that. I'm just going to slowly rotate him. When you look at this character, you notice he has shoes. And he has full-on, like, knuckle gloves. And he's got different hairstyle. And his bandana's really short as well. I actually like this costume. When I play as Ryu, I actually do pick this costume. If I was to give it a rating out of 5, I'd probably give it like a 4. This is a really cool costume. Actually, you know what? Comparing it, whoops, spoilers. Comparing it to normal Ryu, like we all know this, he's got the long red bandana, he's got the white gi, he's got the short red gloves, he's got no shoes on. But then you look at this one, and it actually, his face even looks different. It's like a younger Ryu. I actually really like this one. I really do. I'd probably give this one a 4 out of 5. Actually, probably a 5 out of 5. But no, you know what? No, I'm not going to rate these. I'm just going to say if I like them or not. Because I don't know how to rate costumes with these things. Yeah, I actually prefer this one. Sorry. I need to take a breath. I have a lot to say about these costumes, and I'm trying to not make this video too long. And I get a stutter, so that also doesn't help. Yes, I like this costume. We're moving on. So this is Morrigan's original costume, right? Typical Morrigan. I like how they gave her the Lilith outfit, which is right here. Lilith is another character from Darkstalkers, which was basically which was like the Akuma or Ken version of Ryu, where she's the same kind of character, but she plays differently. Here's her alternate. Looks very different. Even like her face. Whoops. Even her face looks different. So, Morgan. I feel like this is a really cool costume for Morgan. They changed her hairstyle. She has pants on. She's got a shirt, a casual looking shirt. She's got some high heel boots. This was actually modeled after one of her winning poses from Marvel vs. Capcom 1. And I guess this is like her casual attire. I like this costume. It actually makes the character vastly different than what she looks like here. Like, it's actually very, like, there's no wings, there's no bat ears, it's literally a totally different looking character. And I appreciate that. I like this one. Okay. Here's what Chris looks like in Resident Evil 5. Right. And this is Chris from Resident Evil 1. I get why they put Resident Evil 1 Chris here, but I think a lot of people would have preferred if it was Leon. And I'm actually surprised that they didn't make it Leon, to be honest. So, like, I like this costume, but I think they should have made it Leon, because it would have made more sense overall. So, yeah, I'm kind of in the middle on this one. Again, I do like how it's Resident Evil 1. It looks really good, too. Like, I actually really like this outfit for Chris. Compared to this, where it says Resident Evil. I mean, Resident Evil 5 one is fine. I just realized he's wearing sneakers. It's kind of odd. I'm okay with Resident Evil 5, Chris. But it just looks like the Resident Evil 1 costume just looks like that particular costume, but just a little bit different. I feel like they could have put Leon and people would have been way happier. So actually, you know what? I don't like this costume. I do like it in concept, but I don't like it because they could have just added Leon and made it a much more interesting costume. Or given him one of the alternate costumes from Resident Evil 5, like the heavy metal Mad Max style one or whatever. Okay, so here's Dante. Looks good, right? This is what he looks like in his alternate. This is, I guess, supposed to be Sparta, from what I've heard. It's okay. I mean, at least it looks different, but it's just... This is... Oh, the sword's even different. Okay, so never mind. There's... The sword is even different. I think it's okay. I think it's alright. Yeah. I'm surprised that they didn't go with his attire from Devil May Cry 2 or something, but yeah. It's cool that they have Sparta. That makes sense. Felicia the Cat Girl. Her alternate costume is this character. This character is from... It's from a beat-em-up that Capcom made. I don't remember the name of it. I'll flash it on screen once I figure out the name of it. I think her name is Iris. I actually really like this character. I think it's really cool that they found a character that was like Felicia and they made it the alternate costume. I really appreciate that. Honestly, I really like this. It's cool that they went out of their way to find the character, and like even like her little pads on the bottom I think are different than Felicia's. Yeah, the pads on the bottom are different of her feet. The whole design is different, and I appreciate that with Capcom. This one is a solid like yes for me. I love this costume. If you're gonna make alternate costumes, make them different, you know? Add more to your lore of Capcom. This is Chun-Li's outfit from Alpha. Again, I think it's Alpha. It's not bad. It's compared to her original costume, which is very elegant. It has a sense of elegance to it. I also liked that they gave her a costume of Shadow Lady. Oh, that's another thing. This is technically an alternate costume too, because this is a reference to a character from Marvel vs. Capcom 1 who was a palette swap of Chun-Li they called Shadow Lady. And she had, like, drills and hyper beam lasers and stuff. I actually really like that they put this in the game. It's a nice little touch to that character. But her main one is this one. And, it's not as elegant as the other one, but I like it. It's going back to Alpha's roots. Looks good. Looks okay. I mean, they probably could have picked a different costume, but it looks okay. Alright, so here's what Trish looks like normally. You know, standard Trish. Right? This is what she looks like as her alternate. And this is supposed to be Gloria. And Gloria was her appearance in DMC4. This was like her disguise. And I like this for Trish. I like that they added this in as her alternate. Makes sense. Actually, that makes me think Nero could have been in this game. Or he could have been a costume for Dante, but whatever. I do like the Gloria outfit. It looks vastly different from the original one. Looks good. Okay. So this next one I'm very upset with, because I feel like it's a personal attack a little bit. Amaterasu's alternate is John Talbane from Darkstalkers. Oh, even the pads are different. And John Talbane is one of my favorite Darkstalkers characters. I mean, it's cool that they put this costume on Amaterasu to let people know that, you know, yeah, John Talbane's in the game, yay! But honestly, I feel like this is more of a, I don't know, I just feel like this was a troll. Like, this was a trolling costume. Because people wanted J. Talbane in, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and, like, a couple other fighting games, and they never put John Talbane in. I feel like this is more Capcom going, haha, you want John Talbane? Here's your John Talbane. Here he is. Look at him. Isn't it beautiful? Too bad it's an alternate skin, though, but hey, he's in the game. I don't know. I like the costume, but I'm very upset by it. Because I feel like that's what Capcom truly did. I feel like they just trolled everybody and said, nah, we're not going to put him in the game. So this is Beautiful Joe originally, right? Looks pretty good. Looks like your average superhero kind of guy. This color is actually a reference to one of the villains, which I think is really cool. But we're talking about this. I really like this costume. You see this costume a lot if you play Beautiful Joe. This is him when he's not in his Beautiful Joe attire. When you play the game, you start out as Joe, and then you have to work your way up to get to Beautiful Joe. And like, it's kind of like Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins, where when you lose your super meter, you look like, when you lose your hero stuff, you look like this, and you don't get all your superpowers. I actually like this costume. It's clever. So, Tronbon. Whoop. Spoilers. Tronbon. There she is. If you saw my thing talking about the actual characters of this game, I do like Tronbon. I think she's a cool looking character. She has a really cool design and everything. You even see like inside the cockpit. They animated her inside the cockpit and everything. It's really cool. My only problem is her costume. I like that they made Tron herself look different. I think that's supposed to be her design from either Legends 2 or The Misadventures of Tronbon, where she was the main, where you actually played as Tronbon, and she was the main. It's funny that she has a giant serve-bot that she outfitted to be a mech. I think that's really clever. They even made it where the front, if you see this here, the front part opens and closes like an actual skull. Right? It's kind of intimidating a little bit. But when you look at this, it's just a solid serve-bot head. My only problem with it is that I feel like... Actually, you know what? This kind of makes sense. They were probably referencing how Tronbon had a super where she summoned a giant serve-bot to smack you with a hammer. So she probably just outfitted one to be as a mech. So I guess it makes sense from that standpoint. Wow, even the insides are different. She's got that little green thing. And then in here she doesn't. Oh no, she does. I guess you could also, I mean, I never played the whole thing of Tronbon, so maybe this is from The Misadventures of Tronbon. I don't know. I like it though. I honestly think it's funny, but it's a little weird that, well, I guess can't really figure out what you would do with the alternate for her, so I guess it makes sense. Resident Evil 5 Wesker was Hazama from BlazBlue before Hazama from BlazBlue was a thing. Wesker, look at this man. He looks amazing. I also like some of his alternates. Like this one looks really cool. I think this is supposed to be like the character Q from Third Strike. I really like this one. With the white and the red. I don't know why. It just looks kind of cool. This alternate, though, is amazing. His original Stars outfit from Resident Evil 1. See, okay, here's the thing. If you're going to make a character have their Stars outfit, Chris didn't need it. Because it looked just like his outfit from 5. This looks totally different. And it looks really, really good. I appreciate this outfit for Wesker. I actually used this outfit a few times. Love it. He even has the watch on his wrist. If you look, this one doesn't. Look here, he does. It's such a cool, and he has the gun. That's such a cool little nod to the character. Okay, so this one's a little strange, because here's Arthur without his armor, right? And when you play the game, when you take damage or whatever, you lose your armor, and he looks, you know, naked. He's got his boxer shorts on. Kind of, whoops. Gosh darn it. Kind of like this. Except imagine, you know, he's normal skin color. This version of Arthur, though, I don't know why I did that, is him. This is what he looks like normally, and then I think he turns into a skeleton when he doesn't have the armor on, I think. So it's kind of cool. I mean, it's a neat idea for Arthur. Again, though, I feel like they could have made it Maximo. Because Maximo, if you don't know, excuse me, Maximo was a PS2 game that had 2 games in the series, and it was supposed to be a reboot of Ghouls and Ghosts with a story, and it was more like an action game than a one-hit-you-die kind of thing, I think. I haven't played Maximo in a long time, but still. That was Maximo. It should have been Maximo, honestly. I honestly feel like they could have made Maximo work for this character. Spencer. I like the beat up knuckles. I like this. I actually like this design for Spencer. I really do. But when you look at his alternate, I think this is supposed to be Joe, or I forget. I don't know if this is supposed to be Spencer's original outfit or if this was the original character. But or one of the other ones. I think his name's Bionic Commando Joe or something like that. I like this outfit. It looks a lot different than the original character. The arm is the same though. I like how he looks different. I like how I think even the back is different. Yeah, even the back looks a little different. I appreciate that he's like your standard G.I. Joe looking character, and that's kind of cool. It's a good alternative to the other Spencer. I like it. Looks good. This is another one that I think they was meant to troll people. They could have put Mega Man X into this game. They could have put him in this game. I do like how they gave him his Mega Man Zero colors, though, for Zero. That's actually really cool. I actually really like that they did this. Here's another kick in the face, though. X's Falcon armor was a color scheme. Instead of just putting Mega Man X into the game, or putting any version of Mega Man into the game, they liked to tease us. Like, in the endings, in a lot of the endings of this game, Mega Man roll, like classic Mega Man reps are there. There were, you know, they referenced Mega Man X with Zero's end, with just, it's just weird, man. It's just so weird how they didn't just put one version of Mega Man into the game. They could have put like Mega Man Battle Network, or they could have put in Mega Man Classic, or even bad box art Mega Man as like the joke character on Capcom side, which is what they did for Tekken Cross Street Fighter. You know, like, they could have done a lot of things, and instead, like, look at this. It's just, it just weirds me out that Capcom wasn't willing to make a Mega Man character, but they made a perfectly good costume for Zero, and they're like, well, X used Zero's beam saber in X6, so I guess it counts. It's just weird, man. I don't like it. I don't like this. I mean, I like it because X is now in the game, but I don't like it because you could tell they just got lazy with some of these things. They were like, well, instead of just adding a Mega Man character into the game, we're just gonna make him a costume for Zero and call it a day. Just weird, man. See Viper's outfit. I actually don't know what this outfit is from. I want to say that this is a Shadaloo outfit. Like, one of the characters from Bison's organization wore this outfit. This is what she looks like normally. Right? Look, kind of nothing really to say about this character. It's just like, okay, she looks like a spy kind of thing. But then you get this outfit. This outfit's actually really, really cool. I kind of wish this was her normal outfit. Just, you know, change up a couple things here and there. This looks amazing. I really, even like the, it just looks really cool, man. I like it. Kind of reminds me of Captain, again, it reminds me of like a Shadaloo character or Captain Commando-esque. Which is why I wish it was just in the game. But this is a cool costume. Aha. Okay. So, little story behind this character. Haggar's first appearance, I don't think was Final Fight, or maybe it was. I remember Haggar first from Saturday Night Slam Masters. I think that's what it was called. It was a wrestling game. And Haggar was a character. And I like that they went back to this being his alternate. I feel like that's fitting for the character. Makes him look totally different than this, which is his Final Fight outfit. Okay, so Akuma has some interesting ones. I'm going to start with normal Akuma. The first... This is his look in Alpha. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but he does have a little bit of white in his hair. Or maybe this is... Is this Alpha? I don't remember what game this was. This... Do they have the other one, or is that it? No, this is the one from Alpha. Where he has a little bit of white in his hair. Was it? I don't remember if it was Alpha. I think it was Alpha. I'm going to get to that one soon. This one is Shin Akuma. Before Oni was a thing, Shin Akuma was Akuma's final form. Like, this was the biggest Akuma. His skin is usually blue, I think, but they made it gray, and I like the gray better. This version of him, oh boy. This was like the big version of Akuma from all the games. Up to 4. When they added Oni as like a different version. Oni's basically like pushed beyond Shin Akuma. But I was so happy when they put Shin Akuma in. This is such a cool looking thing. I call this one Super Saiyan Akuma. It's funny. This one though is the best Akuma outfit. They didn't have to make it Cyber Akuma, but they did. And I'm so happy that they did, because this proves that Capcom really did care about some of these costumes after the fact. Cyber Akuma, here, I'll zoom in so you can see the level of detail on this thing. Cyber Akuma was the real final boss of Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. And Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter was a sequel to X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Even though it was the same final boss, it was the same kind of game, they just added different Marvel characters from Marvel Superheroes onto X-Men vs. Street Fighter. And they took out a lot of the X-Men characters. Long story short, this boss is awesome. I love Cyber Akuma. I love his design. It looks so 90. It looks cool, you know? And it's cool that they made him the alternate. Okay, so this one I need to explain a little bit. This is Hisenko's sister. Or maybe... Wait. I can't remember if the name Hisenko is the two sisters... Whoops. Is the two sisters, but combined. But Hisenko is technically two people in one body. And this costume was a nod to that, where this is the sister that you normally don't see. And I think that's really cool that they put that in the game. Jill, everyone loves her alternate more. It actually looks really good in this game. Let me zoom in on the like, even like just look at the face and everything. It just looks good. Like, I'm surprised that they put this much detail into a lot of the different outfits in this game. But yeah, compared to this, like, I would rather take this version of Jill than the other one, honestly. I really like this look for Jill in the game way more. Alright, so Virgil, his alternate is another Sparta Alpha. I think, wait, is this Neo Angelo? Or is this Sparta? I can't remember. I feel like they could have just given him Neo Angelo's armor. Unless this is supposed to be Neo Angelo. But the armor would have looked really cool for Virgil. This is Phoenix Wright in his sick attire. Casual sick attire. I don't really know what this is supposed to be from because I never played the games, but I think it's hilarious and it fits the character, so I'm okay with it. Ah, yes. The original Strider Hiryu outfit. So this is what Strider Hiryu looks like that we know. And then they decided to give us the original outfit. And I like it. I mean, they could have given us a totally different character like Strider Hiryu or something like that. But I like that they gave us the version without the scarf. I think it also, the logo I think is a bit different. Yeah, it is a little bit different. Yeah, I appreciate this costume for the going back to the history of Strider. Red armor has some interesting ones. This is his original costume. This one is from the Game Boy version of Demon's Crest, which is he's the main character of. The original one of the box arts has him as a green and purple gargoyle. I think that's hilarious that they put that in here. But this is his alternate, and oh my gosh, he looks so different, and I like that. If you're gonna make an alternate costume, make him look a little bit different. Like I think even the wings, yeah, even the wings are different. Also talking about costumes, this is hilarious. He's just a stone gargoyle. But yeah, no, even the wings are different. I like the ceremonial armor they put on him. This is really cool. I really appreciate this outfit. Alright, so Frank West has a couple interesting ones. I wanted to talk about a couple of them real quick, like this one in particular. Instead of making his alternate costume Chuck Green, they just gave him Chuck Green's colors. And then they made this his actual outfit. So unlike Zero and him having a Mega Man X costume, this one actually makes some sense because in the Dead Rising universe, although it's funny because his nose looks like it's clipping through the visor. Like they forgot to make it far enough away from his nose. That's actually really funny. In the Dead Rising universe, Mega Man X looks different. And he's an actual like movie series or something like that. And they have toys and everything. In one of the Dead Rising games, you can play as Proto Man. This has been a tired, and the serve bot heads are everywhere. This is a joke in Dead Rising, and I appreciate that they made this his alternate costume because it's just so goofy. It just reminds me of Dead Rising again. Love it. I also like how they gave him the visor and everything. It's awesome. Alright, so now we're here at Nemesis. This is what Nemesis normally looks like. Big, scary dude coming to get you. This is what he looks like as his alternate. And this alternate is, when you're going to finally finish him off in Resident Evil 3. You have a couple final battles with him and he looks like this. And he's all beat up. I actually like this version of Nemesis. I know you could call it lazy, because they could have just put like Mr. X on here or something, but I think it's cool. I think it's interesting, or like an actual tyrant. But I think it's interesting that they went out of their way to make it where he's all beat up. It's cool. Now we're into the Marvel category. So this is there's a couple of them that I gotta talk about because of their significance. Wolverine's tan and orange outfit. The Task Force X. Wait. X-Force. There we go. This is his X-Force outfit. I like this one, though, more than the blue and yellow. I like having more black in there. It looks a lot better to me. This costume is interesting. This costume came from one of the original Super Nintendo games that Capcom made called War of the Gems. And War of the Gems was a beat-em-up where you played as Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, and Wolverine. And there were evil versions of the characters. And I'm pretty sure that this is a reference to that game. So yeah, I know some of my lore. But yeah, I actually really like that they put this in here, because Capcom made the game themselves, and it's a nice little nod to that. Oh, whoa. This one, though, this is cool. I really like this. This is, when he was being tested on at Weapon X. And it's a very iconic costume for Wolverine. It looks very strange, though, because they had to add a whole bunch of stuff to him. They could have just made him without the little computer packs on him. But I like it. It looks good. Looks very good. Alright, now we're on Hulk. One thing I'm going to say, though, about Hulk's alternates, I don't know why they put this one in here. Like, they already have a green and purple. I don't think they need a light green and purple. Doesn't make sense to me. Gray Hulk makes sense. Red Hulk makes sense. This one's really cool. I don't remember what this one's from, but I do like how they've given the veins and stuff on there. Again, you don't need another green and purple. Like, we have 2 of them now that look really good. That's, I think, A-Bomb. This one, though. World War Hulk. This is a standard Hulk costume when you're thinking of doing costumes for the Hulk. I mean, it makes sense. You just make World War Hulk and you're good to go. It's just a stand. Like, you just associate this with Hulk now. It's so standard. Iron Man has some pretty cool alternates that I gotta kind of talk about. This is supposed to be his original suit, like from the movie, when the flight suit. This is the one from Iron Man 2. I really do like that design. It's a stealth suit, I think. I don't know what that one is. This one is also from War of the Gems. This was the evil Iron Man that you would have to fight. Really like that. And then Iron Patriot as his alternate makes total sense. It would have been cool to see War Machine, but Iron Patriot makes sense as well because it was what was big in the comics around the time, I think. I like it. Looks awesome. Cap. Good old Cap. Some interesting ones. This one, for those of you who don't know, there used to be an older TV show of Avengers called Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And this was a spacesuit. The yellow is supposed to of his skin is supposed to signify like the thing that kept the oxygen in, like a mask. I like that little thing. This is, I think, when Bucky Barnes took over as Captain America. This is the Punisher when he took over as Captain America, and I think that's the U.S. Agent's shield, I think. But this is actually my favorite Captain America costume. This is Cap. I think this is during the Ultimate version of Marvel, but this is him without his mask on and with the original looking shield. See, it kind of looks the same. And I really appreciate that for Cap. I love this costume. I always use this costume when I play as Cap. Love it. Okay, Deadpool's got some interesting ones too. This is his X-Men outfit. You know, yellow, black, and red. This is one of his other X-Men outfits. This is actually my favorite Deadpool costume ever. This is when he was with Weapon X. Love this outfit. I just love it. The reversed colors just look amazing on him. It does look a little bit different in reality though, but still. This is, again, just like Wolverine, this is the X-Force outfit. This makes me laugh. He's supposed to be Cable, and it's hilarious. It's Deadpool's bad cosplay of Cable. He even makes a joke about it, and he's like, "Oh, you thought Cable wasn't in this game, huh?" And that's because people wanted Cable in this game, but they never put him in. So I guess as a joke, as a trolling move, as a troll, they're like, "Yeah, we'll put Cable in," and they made him a costume. They could have done a couple things with Deadpool for the costume, but I feel like this fits the character. Like, he would totally do this just to troll people. Doctor Doom. Okay, so is from a different... This is probably from one that I didn't read, actually. If anyone knows what this is from, let me know in the comments below. But I honestly don't remember this costume. I thought maybe it was like a Doom bot or something, but I mean, it looks okay. It doesn't look bad. It's just odd that they picked this costume. They could have picked like Doom 2099 or some other, like, ridiculously different, even, like, the ultimate version with the hooves. I mean, we don't talk about that one, but still. Okay, Super Skrull. Super Skrull looks cool. He has a couple costumes. I think that's supposed to be, like, Fantastic Four colors. I feel like there's a lot of costumes I don't recognize for some of these characters, so forgive me if I don't. I feel like this is from the Annihilation arc, the Annihilation storyline. But either way, I love this design for Super Skrull. It looks really good. I don't know what it's... I don't remember what it's from, but I love it. Classic Thor. I mean, here's Thor that we know now with the armor and stuff. But this is Thor... nowadays, in the original, I mean, I think they could have given him Thor with a beard. I feel like instead of making it this version, they could have made it Ultimate Thor with that more of the axe instead of the hammer and the axe hammer and the beard and stuff. I feel like making Classic Thor was kind of a cop-out. I actually don't like the design of Classic Thor when we already have this one. So, alright, She-Hulk. Kind of like normal Hulk, she's got some interesting ones. Her Fantastic Four outfit. Really like that one. Gray She-Hulk. Makes sense, because Hulk had one. This one is Red Hulk. Red She-Hulk. And I think, if I remember correctly, I don't remember if this was Ultimate Avengers, but I think this was Betty. Betty became this, I think. But I love this one. She even has here, I'll scope it up. She even has glasses on. She's got her hair. This is her when she's in her lawyer attire, and I love it. This, if you're gonna do, again, if you're gonna make alternate costumes, either make it a different character or something that looks entirely different. I love this costume for her. It's like she was in the middle of a court case and something was happening and she didn't have time to change into her gear, so she's like, all right, I'll just go out like this. I think it's hilarious. I not hilarious like it's bad. It's hilarious as in, like, I could see that totally happening in this game. Where she was in the middle of something and a fight broke out and she has to take care of it. Love it. This costume's amazing. Love it. So I'm going to say that for a lot of these costumes. Like this one. Scarlet Spider. This is the classic Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider that we know. Love this costume. I don't know why, but it's one of my favorites. Classic Spider-Man looks great. The web design, everything looks awesome. The Future Foundation outfit, I'm not a huge fan of... I think this is the Future Foundation. I'm not a huge fan of this one. But I do like how every costume of him is different. I don't know what this one's referencing. I think this is the Big Time outfit. Symbiote Spider-Man, I'm glad they put this in the game. This has to be in the game too. Like, if you're going to make alternate costumes for people, Symbiote Spider-Man has to be in there. The Iron Spider. Makes sense. Okay, this one's a little weird to me. I feel like I don't recognize this one. Actually, wait a minute. You know what this might be? This might be the Spider-Man, the Spider armor. This might, you know what? I bet you that's what it is. I bet you this is one version of the Spider armor. Because if I look at it, yeah, now that I'm looking at it up close, I can see it being the Spider armor. I'm surprised they didn't put in the original, like, silver and black Spider armor instead, but this is fine. It looks cool. But yeah, Ben Reilly's, oh, I love this costume. I love it so much. This, it's just, I'm sorry, I gotta move on. X-23. This is her original costume. This was her back from X-Men Evolution. And I really like it. I like it actually a lot better than her current costume. I just like the design of this one. This was her original costume, and she had the... She looks like she's straight from X-Men Evolution, and I love it. I loved X-Men Evolution as a show. I think even her face looks different. Looks, I think, a little younger. It might just be me, but yeah. I like it more than her base outfit, but that's just me. Oh, Modoc. If you ever wanted to know what Modoc looked like, this is him in all his glory. So, Modoc's alternates. This is an alternate version of Modoc. This is Modam. Modam was a wife to Modoc at one point. I think it's funny that they put this in here as a character. This costume, though, looks really cool for Modoc. I honestly, with the purple and the green with the weird-looking eyes. But this... I think this costume is stupid. I think this costume makes absolutely no sense why it's in the game. Like, seriously, I don't know. I don't know why this is here. Like, I don't even know if this is from anything. It's just an Elvis themed. It's just an Elvis themed Modoc, and I don't know why that's a thing. It's hilarious though. Like, I think it's great, but I just don't understand why it's here. I don't know. Okay, this one's easy. I like that they gave her the original Jean Grey outfit. I really appreciate that. Phoenix has some interesting stuff. This was... I like how Phoenix has different costumes, too. Like, this is from one of the X-Men comics. This is based off of her original Marvel Girl attire. This is, like, the Dark Phoenix coloring. But I really like this one. I don't know. I'm a fan of her original design of the costume. I love it. It's awesome. I wish this was her actual normal costume. Alright, so sadly, Magneto no longer has his alternate costume. Originally, he had his House of M outfit, but there was a huge controversy about how it looked like this one political leader, so they had to take it out of the game, and instead of giving us an actual alternate costume that wasn't that, they just decided to be lazy and not give him one at all. And I feel like that's such a disservice to the character, because now it just feels weird, like him not having an alternate costume. There's so many that they could have done, and instead they... Sorry, Mags, we gotta skip you. Alright, so we got Storm, right? Storm actually has some pretty cool ones. This, though, is her alternate. Her punk look, as I call it, the punk look. This is a very iconic look for the character. It was actually supposed to be a joke, and then people liked it, and they decided to keep it, which I think is awesome. Yeah, in this game, it looks really good for Storm. I like it. Nice nod to the character. Dormammu. Alright, so Dormammu's DLC outfit is his classic costume, and again, I like it. I mean, it looks goofy as all heck, but at the same time, you gotta love it because it does look different than the original one. I actually like the little cage that they have around his head, where he looks like a candle or some sort of torch. It's a nice little thing for the character, and yeah, Dormammu's a cool character. Like, I prefer this outfit a whole lot more. But you can't deny that his classic has a charm to it. I like it. Oh gosh. Oof. Okay, so here's what Taskmaster normally looks like. And yes, the skull mouth does move. And I think Taskmaster is a really cool villain. I'm glad that they put him in this game, because he needs more representation. Yeah, Taskmaster is a cool character. This is his, I think, the Udon comics or something like that. This was one of his representations, and I like it. It's a more modernized take on Taskmaster. He still has the skull. He's got a bubble shield thing. He's got the sword. Don't know where he put the bow, though. It's somewhere, but yeah, Taskmaster is awesome. I'm glad they put him in the game. I actually like this costume a lot. Alright, so Sentinel. I have problems with the character, but let's see. This costume is, I think, from what he looked like in X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, which is, I think, another Capcom-made game. Master Mold was the white one. I don't know who these are. This, though, I like this one better than the main costume. And I like it better than the main costume because it actually looks like the Sentinel from the comics and from all the other ones. This is the version that we got in X-Men Children of the Atom, and it just looks odd, like the purple and blue. I mean, it looks weird. Like this one though looks more like, if you ask me what a Sentinel looks like, this is what I'm going to tell you. I love it. Like it. Okay, so Schumacher Roth. Or maybe it's not the last one. Schumacher Roth. This is what he looks like for his alternate. Looks very Lovecraftian. Very Cthulhu-esque. I'm sure this was from one of the comics. I think this one is weird. I like the idea of it if you're going for a Lovecraftian character. But I don't like all the eyes. It unsettles me a little bit. I'm more used to this one with the one eye kind of thing. But I think it works. I mean, they couldn't really do much with Shuma costume-wise because of just, you know, the kind of character that he is. But I do like how they gave him all these crazy-looking eyes. It's cool. Oh, okay. So now we got Nova. Classic Nova costume looks good. Actually, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I like how in this one they gave the little details a little bit of yellow. This costume actually looks really cool. I do like that one. I like this one as well. I think this is supposed to be Captain Marvel colors. But this one is the classic Nova outfit, and I don't like it. I do not like this costume. It looks out of place with a lot of the other costumes in this game. And see, that's the thing with a lot of these classic costumes, is that, like, some of them work really, really well. They hold up nowadays. But it just looks goofy. You know what he looks like? He looks like a Mega Man character. Which isn't bad. But it's just strange that, like, he looks like Nova Man. Like, doesn't he? Like, think about that in your head for a second. And just look at this. Like, seriously, that's what it looks like. And I think compared to this outfit, it looks so out of place. It's like classic Thor. Like, they didn't need to put this costume on here when they had a ton of different ones they could have picked. Ghost Rider. Okay, so Ghost Rider's got some cool ones. He also has a Fantastic Four outfit, which I find hilarious. But this is what we're talking about here. Terminator Ghost Rider. I think this is Ghost Rider from 2099. I want to say that this is him. This is probably some other character that I totally got wrong. But, yeah. I love this version of Ghost Rider. I think he's awesome. Yeah. It's really cool. I really appreciate, this Ghost Rider. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say about it. It just looks really cool. He's just a big old Terminator looking thing. And I want to say that this is 2099. I want to say that this is, because this looks so much like the 2099 one, if I'm remembering this correctly. Iron Fist, oh, sorry if you heard a Kirby, that was my phone. So Iron Fist, this is his basic design, right? I also like how for some of these costumes, they made it, oh jeez. What's his name? Steel Serpent. That's his name, Steel Serpent. I like how they gave him a Steel Serpent outfit. I think that's really cool. And yeah, this I think was his returning outfit. The color scheme at least. But I do like this. This is him without his stuff. It's the Iron Fist, I think in like the modern era, or it's him like without his mask. I like it. It looks cool. I don't use it that much. I think it's a cool looking costume. Okay, Doctor Strange has some pretty cool ones. This one has a little bit of a history behind it. So, Doctor Strange, at one point, they called it the blue costume. It was from, I want to say it was like, I don't remember what it was from, but he had to basically pretend that he wasn't Doctor Strange for a while. So he made up this outfit, and he called himself a different name, and he went out and did things like Doctor Strange, but he was like, I'm not Doctor Strange. I don't remember what he called himself, but yeah, that's a reference to that, and I like it. It looks really cool. I'm glad that they made this as alternate. It looks good in this game. Alright, Hawkeye. Hawkeye's got some good stuff. He's got a lot of costumes that relate to, like this was another space suit, like the Captain America one I told you about. But we're talking about this one, Ronin. I am so happy that they gave him Ronin and not his outfit from, like, the Ultimate Comics. Because, so, Hawkeye at one point became the ninja known as Ronin. Ronin wasn't just Hawkeye, though. Ronin is a mantle worn by certain people. And this is when he was Ronin. And I like that they did that for this game. It's a good contrast between the costumes. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. I like it. Alright, so this is... Rocket Raccoon's got one that, again, I feel like... This one's hilarious, by the way, where he's just all in camo. I don't know why they made him green, though. It's kind of weird. I do not like his classic outfit. I know that this is the classic Rocket Raccoon look, and there's probably a lot of people that are like, oh, yay, they put the original in. It just looks goofy. It's kind of like Nova's original costume, where, like, it just doesn't look like it works with the character. Like, this... Maybe it's because I didn't grow up with that version of Rocket Raccoon. I grew up with, like, this version. But, I don't know. I just feel kind of weird about the DLC outfit. Ugh, excuse me. I feel like it's just kind of odd. Ah, and here's our big bad himself, Mr. Galactus. As you can see, they actually made a full-body Galactus for this game. What do I feel like in terms of Galactus? I feel like Galactus was an interesting choice for this game, final boss-wise, because Marvel vs. Capcom always want big, giant bosses. Having Galactus kind of made sense because the two worlds were merging and he wants to devour both of them. And I guess there's not really another boss I could think of at the time that would really work. Plus, this was another rep for Fantastic Four, technically, and it was really nice to see an actual Galactus. He looks really good, too. Like, they spent... Like, look at this guy's face. They spent a lot of time, you could tell, working on this character. And I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that for this character. And that's everybody. So, what do I feel about the DLC costumes? I feel like the majority of them are good. I feel like they actually... The thing with this game is they actually went through every character's backlog in history, even on the Capcom side. And they made costume choices based on either past games, or it was based on certain... certain things related to the character's history, instead of just making random colors. And I actually kind of appreciate that. I think some of the DLC costumes were kind of weak, though. Not all of them, though. Surprisingly, not all of them were bad. That there were only a couple, I think, like Rocket Raccoon, Nova, Thor. There were a few where I was like, okay, that really didn't need to be in the game. They could have changed it to something else. But I do appreciate that they were there, nonetheless. So yeah, what do I think about costume-wise? I feel like most of the DLC costumes looked better than the main game. So thank you guys for coming in and listening to me talk about these costumes for so long. I've been wanting to do a video like this for some time with this game. I just didn't want to do it before because it was going to take a really long time. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today. Comment down below which ones you think were the best and worst of this game. I actually want to know what everyone thinks for this game. That being said, thank you all so much for joining me today. Have a good one. I will see you guys next time. Y'all take care.